Alright, so we don't have a whole lot of time here. It's a big storm coming, but this is sort of the first warmish day of, it's April 1st today, first warmish day of spring. I've already been out a couple of times on the BMW, but not the Harley yet. This is the first time. Just washed it this morning. Yeah, I'm a little bit conflicted because I keep looking at the Lowrider ST or even the Ducati Diavolo, but I don't know, something about the club style Lowrider ST kind of tickles it for me. So I don't know what I should do, whether I should just keep this bike or trade it in and lose a bunch of money. I think having 3 bikes is a little bit irresponsible, so buying a third is probably not in the cards. But I don't know. I know that this bike is going to be faster than the Lowrider ST with the 117 on it, but I don't know if that matters to me anymore. But I did ride I was considering a Road King, because I think those look cool, like a special with the stretch bags. Kind of want bags, but I rented a road glide a few weeks ago in San Francisco. Rode the PCH from San Francisco down to Santa Cruz. I hated that bike. It was fat and slow and heavy. I don't know, I mean, the bars, I know everybody hates the bars and they talk about how the bars suck. But like, I just did not like that bike at all. Zip this up. And I don't know how much you could do to it to make me like it. It looks and feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds, because it does. And yeah, I don't see myself anytime soon on a Harley touring chassis bike. But the Lowrider ST, I haven't had a chance to ride the Lowrider ST yet, but I've sat on a Lowrider S. If we can make the numbers work, I'll probably go and test drive one. But the yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be unhappy with it. I do really like this bike. It just gives me the like muscle bike kind of vibe, which is why I'm also attracted to the Diavolo, the new V4, or even an X Diavolo, both of which are going to be faster than this bike. I've test driven a Diavolo, like a base model one, and like, yeah, they're pretty crazy bikes. But I don't know, I've only had this bike for a year, only have 3,000 kilometers on it. I'd be kind of taking a bath if I sold it right now. So, I don't know, my guess is probably not. And I'll just continue to like dress this bike up the way that I've always imagined it. Get rid of these front turn signals. do a couple of other things to it. Maybe next year might be in a better position to, I don't know. But it's still pretty cold outside. It's only 10 degrees Celsius. But been itching to get back on. We've had a pretty mild winter. I was out a couple days in I was out for a couple days in February when it was 10 degrees. We've had like a very, very mild winter. Warmed up for like a few weeks in February. March has been like not super cold, but like just sort of shitty and below freezing, and so not very good motorcycle weather, but the other thing about the Sportster S is like people seem to be interested in it, like video wise. Like the videos get a lot of views, and maybe it's because there's not a lot of content on it yet, especially like mods wise and accessories and whatever, but maybe that will change as more people buy them. So I believe I can just take this road like all the way back, and then that'll be my loop done. This is my problem. I want so many motorcycles. I want an ADV or some sort of like dual sport. I like that CRF 300 Rally. Maybe do some like light off-roading with that. I'd have 10 bikes if I had the space and the money. Oh yeah, the river is kind of high. There was a flood warning that came out yesterday for this river. Came out actually this morning, and there's more rain coming in like, I don't know, looks like 20 minutes. The banks are pretty high around here. I don't see how it could cause any problems. Yeah, and when I rode that road glide in San Francisco, like I was riding it on the highway back because I was freezing cold. I was supposed to take a different path back, but it's so slow. The 107, like, is that car making that sound? Yeah. The 107 is so ungodly slow. And I don't know like how much better the 114 is going to be. I guess, I mean, the lowrider S probably weighs like 200 pounds less. 200 pounds or so less than the road glide. So I'm assuming that it would feel better, but even this weighs probably 150 pounds, 100-ish pounds less than the lowrider, and has more power. I think it's probably a slightly less torque. I think the 117 is at like around 120 foot-pounds of torque. This is in the high 90s, I believe. I've also taken a bunch of weight off of this bike with that exhaust, which weighs a ton. I don't know, there's nothing else, like, there's not a lot of bikes that I've ridden that kind of give me the same feeling that this bike gives me. Even like I've ridden the Rocket 3 a few times, a friend owns one. It's cool, it's just not, like, it just doesn't feel the same to me, I don't know. Like, if I were to buy a Triumph today, I would get the Thruxton RS. Got that kind of, like, retro kind of cafe racer vibe. It's not any more powerful or faster than my R9T, so it would kind of give me, like, I mean, it probably has better geometry. Obviously it has better suspension than the R9T, which I'm looking to replace. So yeah, that would be the one that I would get if I were to get a Triumph. So the fact that I wouldn't buy the Rocket, I guess, means that I'd like this bike better. I don't know. And even the Diablo I'm not super sure about. Maybe I just have a shopping problem and I need to constantly have new latest and greatest things, which I already know. So it could just end up me being not happy with, not happy, but like me wanting to trade up every year anyways, no matter what I end up buying. So I know that like 40,000 people watched my Sportster S videos last season, so, and I kind of like just resurrected my YouTube channel from the grave not that long ago, so the fact that I got 40,000 views means that obviously people are searching for Sportster S videos. And also, like, I'm not a big fan of my local Harley dealership, which means I'd have to drive, I don't know, like 80 kilometers, no, maybe like more like 100 kilometers to, what's the speed limit now? Out to Richmond Hill to go to Bath by the Lowrider ST and take it for service and all that stuff. Not that I do too much, I do a warranty service at the dealer, but I don't know. I think I just keep going. Yeah, I mean, like, not just me either. Like, I had multiple problems with the service department at this Harley Davidson dealership, and my friend who bought the Nightster has had problems with their service department and like lack of professionalism and all kinds of shit. So it's not just me, and these problems typically happen to me a lot. So definitely not the kind of service that I get from like my local like Jeep Dodge dealership. We bought like 5 cars from. So yeah, anyways, maybe anybody who's ridden the Lowrider S or Lowrider ST and this bike can post down below. I just think they're kind of different animals. I do like the idea of having bags. I do like the idea of having more like better 2-up support. Like my R9T, we can ride 2-up on the R9T, but it's not like ideal. Maybe the Lowrider S wouldn't be ideal either, so and maybe just I have high expectations for what two-up riding experience is like on a smallish bike, and I just have to kind of accept that if you want to have a comfortable passenger experience, you need to go to like the touring bikes, or you need to get a Goldwing or a big full-size ADV even. I do like the Pan America, which they gave me for as an extended loaner, so I had it for a weekend and rode it around for a while. And it's weird that it has the same engine as this bike, but it was way buzzier. Like, this bike is like super smooth, and that Pan America was very very buzzy feeling. And I've heard people comment about that in videos as well. It's so funny, like, I don't know how any of these like pod shops stay in business. I think there was a stat that like my town had the highest concentration of pod shops in the country. Like, when you go to the downtown street, standing in one spot, you can see 7 of them, and like they all sell the same product. So I don't understand why banks keep giving these businesses loans. I guess I'm assuming that at least some of them are not completely self-financed. But anyways. Watch this guy, he's gonna puppy drive straight through. Oh shit, somebody did it properly. Alright, well, hopefully this video wasn't too boring. But yeah, it's kind of the dilemma I'm in right now. I guess it's a pretty good dilemma to be in. But yeah, we'll be posting some more videos as soon as it warms up, and I'm doing those upgrades on the R9T as well as this bike, and as long as people keep watching, I'll keep making videos. See ya!